You're listening to Radio NYC.
Hello, this is Commissioner Jimenez from the Mayor's Office to Combat Domestic Violence. People with disabilities are more likely to experience violence at the hands of an intimate partner. New Yorkers with disabilities should not feel alone. Support is available. In New York City, all victims of domestic violence, regardless of their language, immigration status, or disabilities, are offered services to help them regain control over their lives. If you or someone you know is being abused, please call 311 for help.
Hi, this is Dr. Tom Farley, New York City's Health Commissioner. One thing that all New Yorkers can do for their health is to know their HIV status. If you've had sex, even once, you should get tested for HIV. If you're HIV positive, you can get medical care to help you feel better and live longer. If you're HIV negative, you can stay that way. Your regular healthcare provider can give you an HIV test. Free HIV tests are also available at health department clinics in all 5 boroughs. For clinic locations and hours, call 311 or visit nyc.gov.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Bailon. Having an official ID is one of the keys to success. Want to open a bank account, apply for a job, register for college soon? You'll need an official ID to do any of these things. Don't drive? Don't worry. You can get a non-driver state ID, and it only costs about $10. But in order to get an ID, there are a few things you'll need, and we're here to help. Go to nyc.gov and click on or search ID to get started.
This is Mayor Mike Bloomberg. Remember to dial 311 for all New York City government services and information.
Hola, me llamo Ana y trabajo en el Departamento de Asuntos al Consumidor. A veces puede ser abrumador para administrar su dinero, pero los centros de poder financieros de la ciudad pueden ayudarle a tomar control brindándole asesoramiento financiero profesional, gratuito e individual, ofrecido en toda la ciudad en diferentes idiomas. Nuestros consejeros pueden ayudar a reducir su deuda, preparar un presupuesto, abrir una cuenta bancaria segura y mucho más. Visite nyc.gov para encontrar el centro más cercano o llame al 311 para pedir una cita ya.
This is Carter Strickland, Environmental Protection Commissioner for New York City. A fire hydrant is a familiar sight in the city. There are more than 109,000 of them citywide. Summer in New York can be hot, but please don't open fire hydrants to cool off unless you have an approved spray cap. Illegally open hydrants can reduce the water pressure needed to fight fires and endanger people's lives. Instead, get a spray cap at your local firehouse or take advantage of the city's recreation centers, play streets, pools, and cooling centers. For more information on locations, call 311.
I'm Fatima Sharma, Commissioner of the New York City Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs. New York City is home to people from more than 190 countries. They're our neighbors and co-workers and an essential part of the fabric that makes us the greatest city in the world. My office helps immigrants make New York City their home. In the wake of Hurricane Sandy, we continue to work to make sure that immigrant communities affected by the storm have access to services that will help them recover and rebuild their lives. To learn more, visit nyc.gov or contact 311.
You're listening to Radio NYC.
Hello, this is Allison Tachi, President of City Parks Foundation. This month, we're asking you to give back to your neighborhood parks and playgrounds on It's My Park Day. Hosted by Partnerships for Parks, It's My Park Day is a public-private partnership that brings together thousands of New Yorkers to rake, plant, clean, and paint in parks across the city. Events begin on May 4th and continue throughout the month. Visit nyc.gov to find out how you can get involved in It's My Park Day and other volunteer activities all year long.
Brooklyn Bridge Park keeps getting better. Hi, I'm Regina Meyer, President of Brooklyn Bridge Park, and we're thrilled to welcome visitors to the brand new Pier 5. Come play on our 5-acre sports field, barbecue on grills at the Picnic Peninsula, or take in the breathtaking views of Lower Manhattan from the Promenade. There's more to come later this year when the Pier 2 sports courts make their debut. Check out brooklynbridgepark.org or call 311 for further information. Can't wait to see you at the park.
Hola, yo soy Adrienne Bailón. Tener una identificación oficial puede ser clave para tu éxito. ¿Quieres abrir una cuenta bancaria? ¿Solicitar un trabajo? Vas a necesitar una identificación oficial para hacer cualquiera de estas cosas. Puedes conseguir una identificación estatal para no conductores y solo cuesta $10. Pero para conseguir una identificación hay unas cosas que vas a necesitar. Visite nyc.gov y busque ID para empezar.
I'm Rob Walsh, Commissioner of Small Business Services.
And I'm Terrence Holliday, Commissioner of the Mayor's Office of Veterans Affairs. Our veterans served our country, and we are proud to serve them.
If you're a veteran or a veteran spouse looking for a job, stop by the Workforce One Veterans Center at 60 Madison Avenue in Manhattan, or at any of the 15 centers in all 5 boroughs. We work with businesses committed to hiring veterans, which means we have jobs for you. For more information, call 311 or visit nyc.gov.
This is Mayor Mike Bloomberg. Remember to dial 311 for all New York City government services and information.
Home is the one place we all expect to be safe, but each day over 1,000 New Yorkers report an incident of domestic violence. Hello, I'm Commissioner Yolanda Jimenez of the Mayor's Office to Combat Domestic Violence. Victims and their children don't have to suffer in silence. If you or someone you know is a victim of family violence, help is available 24 hours a day in all languages by calling 311 and asking for the New York City Domestic Violence Hotline. In emergencies, call 911.
Hello, I'm Taxi and Limousine Commissioner David Yaskey. Did you know that New York City taxicabs are required by law to take passengers anywhere in the 5 boroughs, or to Westchester or Nassau County, or to Newark Airport? In fact, a driver can't even ask where you're going before they accept the trip. So if a taxi driver refuses to serve you, call 311 or visit nyc.gov with the license or medallion number. With your help, the TLC is here to make sure you get where you need to go.
Hi, I'm Rob Walsh, Commissioner of the Department of Small Business Services. Figuring out what permits and licenses are needed in order to start and expand a business in New York City can be a challenging task. That's why we created New York City Business Express. It's a free one-stop website where business owners can access the information they need to open up shop. You can apply online for many permits, settle outstanding fines, and find incentives to lower the cost of doing business. Visit nyc.gov or call 311 and ask for NYC Business Express.
This is Mayor Mike Bloomberg. Remember to dial 311 for all New York City government services and information.
Soy Iris Jiménez Hernández, vicepresidenta de HHC, su sistema de hospitales públicos. Este Día de las Madres, dele a su mamá el mejor regalo, una cita para una mamografía. En HHC ofrecemos mamografías a muy bajo costo o sin costo durante todo el año. Visite nuestro sitio web o marque el 311 para el hospital público más cercano.
Hi, this is New York City Transportation Commissioner Jeanette Sadakan. For most New Yorkers, our 6,000 miles of streets are our front yards, so we're doing everything we can to make them as safe, attractive, and as sustainable as they can be. By keeping our roads and bridges in good repair, building new public plazas and bike lanes, we're creating world-class streets for a world-class city. Please help us keep our streets safe and smooth by calling 311 to report potholes and other traffic concerns in your neighborhood.
This is Carter Strickland, Environmental Protection Commissioner for New York City. Every day, 9 million New Yorkers rely on DEP to deliver 1 billion gallons of the world's best drinking water to their homes and businesses. Renowned for its purity and taste, our tap water comes by gravity from the Catskills, 125 miles away, making it the right choice for your health and the environment. Look for our New York City Water on the Go fountains throughout the 5 boroughs and learn more about New York City's water supply at nyc.gov. New York City Water, the right choice for the environment, your health, and your wallet. This is Carter Strickland, Environmental Protection Commissioner for New York City. Our restaurant scene is one of the best in the world, serving millions of New Yorkers and tourists every year. If you run a restaurant or food service business, remember to properly empty your grease traps. Pouring grease down the drain or into a city catch basin is illegal and can cause significant costly sewer backups. For a description of grease regulations and information regarding proper disposal methods, visit nyc.gov.
You're listening to Radio NYC.
better way to get some outdoor exercise than rolling up your sleeves and helping care for Brooklyn's Prospect Park? Hi, I'm Emily Lloyd, president of the Prospect Park Alliance. Volunteering at Prospect Park offers many exciting ways to make a difference in the lives of all who benefit from the park. Individuals, families, students, and retirees can all have fun and learn something while helping the park. We provide the training and equipment. You decide how much time you can spare. For more information, call 311 or go online to nyc.gov, and I hope I'll see you soon in beautiful Prospect Park.
You got a real contest.
Sorry, you remember
that? Yeah. Been for a long time. A guy named Greg Grant and Ken Notori bought it. It was a public course. They turned it into a private course. Notori's been sick, so I think Grant runs it. He's probably out of it by now. Right. But anytime you want to play. The only problem is Diana only wants to go where they'll take dogs, which is Purchase and Deepdale. Glen Arbor won't let you take dogs. We have these 2 labs, and they like to run around. So. It's as rational a thing as any other ways to pick a golf course. Are we ready? Well, good morning. New York City is thrilled to be co-hosting the Super Bowl in February, along with our partners in New Jersey. And the Super Bowl, we think, will bring tens of thousands of visitors to New York City and pump millions of dollars into our economy. It's going to be a ton of fun, too. Not only the big game on February 2nd, mark your calendars, in MetLife Stadium, but also during the week leading up to it. And here in New York, we'll transform a stretch of Broadway into Midtown into Super Bowl Boulevard for 4 days before the main event. And there will be outdoor musical performances, appearances by NFL greats, football clinics and competitions, and other fun events for the public. There's another reason, incidentally, why we are excited that New York is hosting the Super Bowl, and that is the NFL's longstanding commitment to giving back. Every year, in conjunction with the Super Bowl, the NFL funds legacy projects that benefit local communities. And today we're announcing a number of great lasting capital projects in all 5 boroughs that the NFL and the New York, New Jersey Super Bowl Host Committee are sponsoring. Now, all of these projects will provide city kids with new, healthy, positive community resources, many of them in areas hit by the Hurricane Sandy. The projects include renovation work in Mahoney Playground in New Brighton, Staten Island, which was badly damaged during Sandy. They'll also include building a new gym at NYCHA Hamel Houses Community Center in Rockaway Beach, which also was severely damaged by the storm. Another project will bring a new playground to Breezy Point in partnership with the Sandy Ground Project, and we know the devastation that Sandy caused there. Sandy Ground is a charity. Sandy Ground is the name of this charity that's paying tribute to those who were lost in the Newtown shootings. By what they're doing is they're building playgrounds in storm-hit communities around the tri-state area in memory of those people who were killed. It's a nice way to remember and bring some sense out of a terrible tragedy. Another one of the Super Bowl legacy projects will bring a new gym and teen center to the Educational Alliance Boys and Girls Club in Manhattan. The NFL will also help build a new football field at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx and rebuild a football field at Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn. Councilmember Al Vann, who's with us today, who pointed out we both came into government together and we're leaving together. And I said, we have smiles on our faces. Not everybody likes it. But Al, where are they? We did a lot together. Al has allocated an additional $225,000 in city funding for the field at Boys and Girls High in Brooklyn, and I just wanted to personally thank him and the Bedford-Stuyvesant Restoration Corporation for their support of the school. Our Million Trees NYC campaign, as you know, started by the great Bette Midler, and NYC Service will also join forces with the NFL to plant another 25,000 new trees in Rockaway Community Park on November 19th. These and other projects are being funded by the NFL Foundation and the New York, New Jersey Super Bowl Host Committee's Snowflake Youth Foundation. in coordination with the Mayor's Fund to Advance New York City. The projects will be great for communities in all 5 boroughs, in particular for the young people who look up to NFL players. And each project will have an impact that lasts long after the clock expires at the Super Bowl. We're looking forward to February, and I did want to personally thank the NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and the Super Bowl Host Committee for their great partnership and support for our communities. Commissioner Goodell is somebody that really does understand civic obligation, and he's been a great leader for a great league, and we're pleased to have him here. Roger?
Thank you very much, Mayor. Let me take a moment and first thank the Mayor for his leadership. We wouldn't be here without his leadership, and certainly all the work that he's done to get us ready for this great event. We thank you for that, Mayor, so thank you. We also would like to take this opportunity to thank the people whose vision it was to have this game here in the New York, New Jersey region. Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, and John Tisch, along with the Mayer family and the rest of the Tisch family, on behalf of the Giants and the Jets, they had this vision to bring this great event to this community. And I think it's going to be not only a terrific event for this community, but also the NFL. And we thank you for that vision and the hard work. And of course, to Al Kelly, Al has done a fantastic job of leading the effort, and we're confident this is going to be an event that everyone here will be proud of, and that's due to the hard work of Al and his team. So Al, thank you for that leadership. We have 115 days, as I count it, to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of excitement going on about the NFL season right now. A lot more football to be played. I think probably the only thing that's more unpredictable than what the weather's going to be like on February 2nd is what 2 teams are actually going to play in the Super Bowl. But that's what's great for the fans, and that's what we're faced with. This game is not just about one event, though. This is not just a game. The Super Bowl is about a week-long series of events. The mayor talked about a lot of them, including the Super Bowl Boulevard, which will be the first ever for the NFL, and we think it's going to be an extraordinary event and a way to share this great event with the people of this region. We can only fit probably a little less than 80,000 people in the stadium on Sunday. But the people of this community are going to be able to experience the Super Bowl through a lot of these events. But more importantly, we want to make sure that when we hand that Lombardi Trophy to the victorious team, that we keep a legacy here that reminds people what the Super Bowl created. So the host committee and the NFL have contributed $1 million each, so $2 million, on the way, hopefully, to generating over $5 million in impact for the community. And we're proud of that, and we hope that that will make a big difference for all of those areas that were struck very hard by Hurricane Sandy, and have the opportunity to rebuild facilities and allow kids to get back into those facilities so they can remain active and healthy. So we're proud to be partnering. Mayor, we thank you again for all your leadership, and we look forward to a great event.
Yep. Roger, thank you. I want to be the first to tell you and everybody else the Giants are going to turn things around starting this weekend, never lose another game. The Jets will continue their winning ways, or tonight, I guess, tonight. And the Super Bowl will have those 2 teams in it, which would be, you know, it's possible any given Sunday. Next up is Al Keller, Thursday night president and CEO of the New York, New Jersey Super Bowl Host Committee. Al?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Super Bowl is the pinnacle of athletic competition in the United States, that is for sure, but it also represents a fantastic opportunity for a region. And one of the things that's been very, very important to the owners' families, the Johnson family, the Tisch family, and the Mara family, as well as their franchises, as well as the host committee, is that we make sure that one of the opportunities is an opportunity to do good in the community. And we work hard at a number of efforts around this game. There's a lot of complications and logistical aspects of it, but the most fulfilling and arguably the most important work is the work we're doing to leave this legacy. And school-age kids are our future. And these fields and these playgrounds and these community houses are, in fact, their oases. They're another outlet beyond their homes and beyond schools, and they play a very, very vital role for these young people. And the fact that we're going to be able to help them and harness the enthusiasm and excitement around the game to raise funds to do just that is really, really rewarding. I want to acknowledge Rich Petriccioni, who actually runs our foundation and has done a fantastic job behind the scenes. And one of the partnerships that Rich put together from the beginning was the Boys and Girls Club of America. And they have been a terrific partner of ours. And one of the projects, as the mayor pointed out, is in Kips Bay, the Boys and Girls Club there. We're about halfway through a project that their executive director will talk about in a moment. But it is part of that great leadership from Boys and Girls Club that has also enabled us to do a lot of good around the region, and more to come, as the commissioner talked about. So, as I said, one of the beneficiaries is the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, and their executive director is with us today, and I want to introduce Dan Quintaro to talk a little bit about that project. Dan?
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Al. This is a great opportunity for the Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club. We serve 12,000 children in the Bronx. About 3,000 to 5,000 of them are highly trained athletes, at least in the Bronx, as it relates to the Bronx and that standard. And to be able to provide a high-quality, attractive training facility that'll serve thousands and thousands of children for years on end, it's a tremendous, tremendous undertaking and tremendous, tremendous event for us, an opportunity for us. So I want to thank the NFL, the Snowflake Foundation, the commissioner, and obviously Al, and obviously Boys and Girls Clubs of America for a tremendous collaboration. When a youngster attends our facility and sees a high-quality training facility, it sends a message to our children in the Bronx that they're worth it, that the self-esteem and the self-worth that will provide for our children is worth all the hard work of all the people up here. So I thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Thank you. I should point out we have our school's chancellor here, Dennis Walcott, Diane Billings-Burford, our chief volunteer officer, and also Veronica White, who is our parks commissioner, and John Rea, who runs NYCHA Housing. And we are thrilled to have Lori Tisch here. Next speaker, your brother. It's okay that he can speak rather than you?
I'll leave that for another press conference.
Co-owners of the football giants, the Tisch family is a wonderful sports family. Shh. Jonathan, I don't know what else to say.
Not sure that I've ever seen the mayor speechless. On behalf of the New York Giants, the Tisch family, and the Mara family, and I would like to acknowledge my sister Lori, who is with us. And Lori has done much for this great city and also is a board member of our Snowflake Youth Foundation, so we are thrilled that she is here. When the Jets and the Giants made a presentation to the other 30 teams approximately 3 years ago, we made many commitments. Obviously, we wanted to ensure that the game would be successful, that the region would function as we know it is capable of functioning in terms of transportation, dealing with anything that Mother Nature may throw our way. But we also made a commitment that this game will live on, as the mayor has talked about, the commissioner has talked about, that people in this region will know that the Super Bowl has been here. The economic benefit of the game being at MetLife Stadium to the two states is somewhere in the vicinity of $600 million. And we know how many jobs that is going to create and the benefit that will come from that. But now there's more. There is the work of the Snowflake Youth Foundation working very closely with the NFL, ensuring that the young people, the men, the women, the future leaders of our city, the facilities that they go to every single day and depend on will be rebuilt, restored, to give them the hope that they want in their lives. Maybe some of them will go on to play in the NFL. Some of them will become teachers in the schools in New York City and New Jersey. But they need some place to go, and we are thrilled to be part of that effort. This is the first Super Bowl ever that is being hosted by two teams, and we are thrilled to be partnering with Woody and the Jets. This is the first Super Bowl that will ever be played in a northern city in a building without a roof. And we want to ensure that there are other firsts. We want to ensure that the young people in New York and New Jersey know that we care about them, that this is the legacy of Super Bowl, which will be played on February 2nd at MetLife Stadium. And I salute the commissioner, I salute the mayor for his leadership and his team that is with us today, because we are here to help, we are here to offer hope, and we are here to make a difference in the lives of the young people of New York City, New York, and New Jersey. Thank you, Mayor.
And Jonathan, I think we all, I speak for everybody, we want to salute you and your sister and your brother Steve, but also your mother. And your late father must be looking down very proud of this. Is something he would have loved to have seen. We also are joined by a owner of another football team here who has a 4-2 record. Is that right?
I'd like to be.
How is it? What's the record?
3-2.
3-2. It's going to be 4-2 after this weekend. I'm just a little bit ahead, just telling you what's going to happen. Woody Johnson's been a friend of mine for many years. He's a great owner and a great New Yorker. Woody?
Thanks, Mayor. Just looking at the people in this room today, Mayor, the Tisch family, representing the Giants, Al, Commissioner Goodell. If you look at philanthropy, I've done a lot of philanthropy in the last few years, and this is about as fine a group as you can get. So the Snowflake Foundation, which is a legacy, which we're talking about today, I think couldn't have better people leading it. And the projects you've described and you've picked are going to be very beneficial going forward. We'll do the same thing in New Jersey. And I think at the end of the day, we'll have something that the kids will remember and we'll all be proud of. Thank you.
Woody, thank you. Before we take some questions, let me just summarize for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. Hoy estamos anunciando que la Liga Nacional de Fútbol Americano hará una inversión capital de $1 millón para proyectos en los 5 condados durante la semana del Super Bowl. Estos proyectos traerán nuevos recuerdos positivos a nuestras comunidades, muchas en áreas afectadas por el Hurricane Sandy. And with that, we'll be happy to take some questions, sir.
Can you describe what Super Bowl Boulevard is going to look like?
Al, want to start? Super Bowl Boulevard, you want to?
Super Bowl Boulevard will be a stretch from 34th to 48th Street, which will be the major engagement opportunity, activation opportunity for fans coming to the region as well as citizens in the region. It will consist of a concert stage, a toboggan run, the Super Bowl huddle tour, the mobile tour will be there, a light show on Macy's on Herald Square, and many, many other great surprises, including, of course, the Lombardi Trophy will be a great photo op for people as well. And it'll be open Wednesday through Saturday, all day leading up to the game.
Other questions? Sir in the back.
Rich Lambda, CBS. On these projects that are being funded by the Super Bowl, will there be some indication that some of the money came from the Super Bowl? Will there be a plaque or some memorialization of the?
Yes. Yeah. Al says yes. Yes.
Okay.
You mentioned 1 million donations from each, and then you also mentioned a figure of 5 million. If you could just clarify the total value of these projects.
The NFL put in the first $1 million. The host committee put in $1 million, and we're out doing fundraising through the Snowflake Youth Foundation team, and we've gotten other commitments that are close to $5 million. We still haven't exhausted the first $2 million. We hope that over time, we announced 5 projects today. Over time, we're hoping to do 25 to 30 projects across the region, and we're identifying projects as well as simultaneously continuing to solicit funds from folks around the region.
These 5 today are $2 million.
No, these 5 are projects within the $2 million, but in these 5 projects, I think, are around $1.1 million.
But if you or your publisher would like to make a donation, I'm sure it would be, we'll do signage and everything. I should introduce William Lavin, who is here. He's the president of the Sandy Ground Project. So welcome. You want to say a few words and tell us what you're doing?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I'm an Elizabeth Fire Captain, president of the New Jersey State FMBA as of October 1. And after Hurricane Sandy, we started to rebuild our coast and started to get our feet under us, and then December 14th happened. After the 20 children and the 6 teachers were killed in Newtown, Connecticut, we received the cards and letters from Mississippi, where we had built playgrounds 7 years ago. And we got the idea to combine the 2 tragedies and do something what we think is pretty blessed. We're building 26 playgrounds, one for each of the children and the teachers along the coast of the storm-damaged communities along New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. And really up to now, our funding has come from lemonade stands and cupcake sales around the country and all private donations. So once we got the word out, we have completed 10 projects in New Jersey and Connecticut. We just built one. Our first New York build was Island Park, New York. I'm thrilled to meet the Commissioner of Parks and Rec that's going to help us pave the way for parks in Staten Island and Breezy Point and Rockaway. So we're just excited and grateful to this the host committee from the Super Bowl and to the mayor to really give us a boost to help us complete our goals. And I would just say that the families of the children and the teachers that were lost feel that this is the most appropriate way to remember their child in a way that their angel will be looking down on many kids who will play on playgrounds who may otherwise not have the opportunity, and really a way to celebrate their lives in the way that they lived rather than the tragic way that they left us. So thank you for the time.
Captain, thank you. You and everybody else should be very proud, and you're really making a difference. It's a great idea. Other questions? Yes, miss.
Off topic?
No. 1 o'clock. Sorry you'll have to come to 2 press conferences. But we are going to be over in Staten Island, which is where they're talking about building some playgrounds. So that'll give you a good chance to look around as well at the same time. Other questions on topic? If not, let me just finish up by once again thanking Roger and the owners and everybody else for the confidence they have in New York, New Jersey. I think it's going to be one of the great Super Bowls of all times, and I, for one, am certainly looking forward to it. All the best.
Thank you, Mayor.